Now that we've resumed trade with Velia, Heidel's roads are busier than ever. Are you headed to Serindia? May I ask the purpose of your visit? Ah, I recognize the Domungot seal. Please head over to the Northern Guard camp. Oh, and there's a wagon that...
This is a right mess, gods above. First it was those damn goblins, and now imps are running about with... Oh, thieves will pick my way. I'm sure my daughter... Yeah, you're headed to Idle. Oh, you'd think that hero taking down Red Nose and Geath would set... I heard the Northern... It would certainly be a welcome...
My gods, where have all the elite soldiers... Hey, you good-for-nothing louts! Call yourselves soldiers when you can't even handle a few... Someday they'll send me some real fighters. As you can see, it's a bloody mess. Damn those imps. They used to be peaceful, obedient workers. Since we struck black stone in the mines, those in power, knowingly or not... Look, you're Lady Jarrett's guests.
By Elion's might! Could that be the one who toppled Red...
Aye, you... Wow! To think that Fabe for the one who fell... Help us put our troubles...
Wait! You! Don't hit me! I am not you! Please! Don't! We were wrongly punished. We're not against working. We were. Chemkus made us work without food. If not for the workers who took pity on us, we would have... We have food! Now we work... No, wait. We have food!
Practice no. Es no está.
Felt like I waited forever and a day for them. Well, right. I'll get that letter pen. Oh, let's. If you meet, I'd expect more understanding from someone like you.
Ah, I see you're awake. Nice to meet you. My name is Eden. I'm a ruins excavator. Huh? You've forgotten who you are? And where you came from? We found you with that Ator's heart we excavated yesterday. At first, we mistook you for a
Worker, come hither. Haven't you heard time is blackstones? Sir Jordine isn't half as patient as I.
Now, I would love to hear your story, but I was hired to excavate the ruins down below. Since the princess...
Oh, you scared the daylights out of me. Are you new here? Who said you could rub your mitt, huh? What is when the moon gets Wilson, isn't it? But I am a generous person.
Oh, this stench! How dare you stand so close? Now, even these peons. Do you know how hard I worked to make this excavation happen? Need I have you all discharged to be taken seriously?
How dare you stand in the way of Lady Jarette of Serendia? If we were not out in the field, you would have been severely punished. What would compel you to ask such an obvious thing?
Did Eden originally hire you on as a mercenary? Do you not know the ancient chamber excavation site is directly under the command of Lady Jarette? He's making it quite hard to trust him as a leader. We'll be lucky if we find anything at all before the deadline.
Eden was handpicked by our eminent Sir Jordan. Do you doubt the Grand Chamberlain of Serendia's shrewdness?
I sincerely apologize, my lady.
I shall punish you for your suspicions in time. For now, just...
Yes, I shall give this new recruit a fitting task. Ruins excavation starts with picking up a pickaxe. Break the stone, it's a simple task. So go to the soldier below once you are done.
Oh, Eden's strong new recruit finally arrived, I see. Now tell us, how did you get locked in this cell?
Never... Do you see those hungry wolves stalking about in the grass? The horses won't budge thanks to that scary lot. Sir Roig may appear like he's not watching, but he sees all. So this is the time to show your stuff, my friend.
Weren't you an excavator? I thought you'd get eaten alive. But it seems you've some use. I'll grant you access to the ancient stone chamber. Go and help Eden finish up with the excavation.
Practically drooling over those relics. Does a visit to places such as this make your heart... Huh? Oh, so you're the living relic Eden discovered. I'm not sure why no one has ever stumbled upon this stone chamber up until now, but I guess you're some sort of... It just so happens that the day you awoke was the day we finally cracked the city. These murals of prophecy have been speculated to have been painted by the ancients. Take a closer look. Who knows? You might be standing in front of your own creations. A depiction of Noir III of House Bartali, the last king of the Kron Kingdom of Balanos. One day, an alchemist from across the desert sought audience with Noir III. My master shall grant you eternal life. If I heard that much, eternal life. Quite the thing to crave, especially in a world where many struggle to, alas, the prospect of immortality blinded Noir III, and he took the alchemist's offer. The blood and organs of 100 children and maidens. The king's madness swept throughout Balanos as the people's resentment reached the heavens. But Noir III made no effort. By the time the king learned the truth, that the alchemist served the evil god Hadum, his concerns had narrowed. Fortunately, Elion, Al, and their believers did not remain idle, and the ritual to bring about Hadum though in doing so, the castle was toppled and shattered to pieces. The mighty kingdom of Kron joined the many other kingdoms lost to history. This was barely over 150 years ago. But do you know what's even more amazing? I, at Buffy Bed Mountain, used the latest advancements in archaeological dating to determine apparently these stone murals were made not 150 years ago, but much, much further back. However did the ancients peer so far into the future? Right. This one depicts a prophecy that's yet come. Yikes, look at the time. Take this information regarding the final mural and bring it to Martha Key. You can't miss her. She's unreasonable. Listen to us.
My word, is that the final mural? And are you the one Eden described as a living relic he found toppled over? My name is Martha Kean, an archaeologist by trade.
Martha! Martha! I found it! Come quickly!
Well, if everyone worked towards a single goal in harmony, heaven on earth could be achieved. Who could have made such a thing? Is your heart pounding as hard as mine? Every time I make a discovery like this.
I could hear Laffy and Martha from all the way over here. I was wondering, you and I have already been introduced, though I believe you've yet to meet my comrade, the beautiful Ganelle, Orwin.
Eden, come now, quit it! Greetings. I'm Orwin Avilia.
Ah, well, do be careful. The remains of many petrified ancients are strewn about. It appears some unpredictable power remains sealed within this relic.
Not to mention the upside-down trees that are rooted around the relic as well. During my brief stay in the forests in the Southern Territories, I recall reading about them in some forbidden texts.
Dabbling in forbidden texts from such a young age? I can't imagine, especially considering how prim and proper you are. Wait, stand back right now!
My goodness, what are you doing all of...
Are you awake?
These are the memories of the forgotten world. Sorry, but you should have known better.
Your face suddenly turned pale. Are you okay? But why would you do such a thing in front of an ancient relic you've never...
You wouldn't have some red-eyed being whispering incessantly in your head now, would you?
Ah, it must be a black spirit. Those entities that I was joking when I called you a living relic. But now it appears...
Eden, please, isn't that a bit too much? And yet the relic has begun to move.
The relic probably awakened after reacting...
I knew it! Do you know how many hours of labor were wasted because of you?
Calm down, Laffy. If it weren't for this adventurer, we would have never found the...
You think that alone will ease her temper? Why are you so oblivious?
Elezra, the White Witch? To think that she was part of your last memory.
Why don't we speak more on the matter after returning to the Western Guard camp? Lady Durette's awaiting.
I bet she'll give us an earful after she hears of our finding. Lady Durette...
Do you know of any way we might get on her good side? Anything that might put her in a more magnanimous mood?
The only time I've seen a lady's foul temper abate were the day she met with Grand Chamberlain Jordine. I had a bad feeling something in the woods may have caused the wagon's delay.
It's a bit inconvenient, but I suppose that's the way of the world.
I'm saved! I thought... Oh, I just real...
The moment. Well,
My name is... I heard from Sir Roy that you are an
it appears.
Let's consider...
See?
Yeah! This is the West. Officer Pania!
I'm fine. This is the one who saved... And yet goblins...
Geath, king of the goblins, grows craftier by the day. Take a look beneath the bridge if you want to see what I mean. That's the work of the Goblin King, Geath. Duvain is tracking him down. But...
The imps mistakenly believe that one day... I don't blame Geath for resenting...
It seems things here have grown dire while our... Don't worry.
Why don't you go visit the skill institute?
Oh, a recommendation from Officer Fania herself. The more skills you learn, the more skills you learn, the stronger you will become. The more skills you learn. The more skills you... Eden's living relic! You should have... You were just about... Would you have preferred a wooden...
Spoons, Luffy. You know quite a lot about foreign customs.
We've been granted an audience. Let us not keep the lady waiting now.
I suppose we'll find her in her tent, where...
Do you know it allows Sir Jordine absolute rule over Serendia? I too demonstrated the capacity for good faith when I sent you off, and your favorable outcome. Does this not make me a most favorable counterpart to his lordship? Am I mistaken, my dear Roy? I place my faith in your good judgment as well. My wagon of the finest Calphionian craftsmanship in pieces. The black stones that were the sole Do you think I poured out such funding so that you could go dig up these worthless pebbles?
What we found was merely the empty remains of the stones.
You don't look like an addled half-wit. Cut the spiritual nonsense and speak with some sense. You're professionals, are you not? You think these results will welcome me into Sir Jordine's strong embrace? Must I be...
Ah, you've lost your memories, haven't you? Congratulations. Though it strikes me as odd. I heard all the black stones Why, it's this Jordine fellow making his own fiancée aid another nation in...
Since there aren't any black stones left in the stone chamber, I guess it's time that we set off for one possessed by a black spirit may briefly gain great power and wisdom. I pray you remain on the right path.
Stop scaring them, my boy.
From our first encounter, I knew there was more to you than... I have a proposal for you. What say you to work it? Excellent. Take this letter of recommendation to Captain Cliff. He serves under the lady's father and oversees these parts.
Ah, Lady Durette's recommendation. I heard the news from Officer We are currently tasked with finding the source of all this chaos. He suddenly appeared one day and kicked all the goblins out. Now he's been sighted launching small... Although, we're still unsure how he came to possess... But first, we need to deal with these steel imps. Don't forget that the fate of this camp now lies on your shoulders.
Impressive. Already the soldiers... Let's use this momentum to track... A few days I will be waiting...
His nose was so... I was patrolling the northern forest. When I turned around, I saw an imp the size of an ant. Boy, that imp was... I nearly died that day. Look, if you want to find out more...
The armor, useless after the beating it took. I disposed the armor, useless after the beating it took. This? What's this doing here?
I was all... Anyway, well, this is in the grounds.
You started this whole commotion, and you...
First your cat.
The import. You're up for the top.
It's you, the living relic. Don't look so surprised. Look here, I've caught a useful prisoner. Exactly how is a trade secret. Ready to be really blown away? My prisoner is an imp who can speak the...
I told you, I don't know where the boss is. Our boss comes and goes as he pleases.
Hey, Eden told me that you are an expert on this.
No one knows where the boss's hideout is.
Then I shouldn't have wasted my time capturing you.
Do you think I knew I'd get caught like this? Wow, look at the brains on this beanstalk. And you think us imps are stupid?
Oh, Tiny Nose. Who's Tiny Nose?
What? I said nothing. Imps are extremely loyal to one another. Red Nose will defeat Gieth and bring endless abundance. Wolf meat?
Well, the chef might have some left.
Tiny Nose is always down at the cave. It's just... Tiny Nose is clever. He makes beanstalks give delicious cooked wolf meat.
Sweet. There must be more to it. I must let our captain know. I think I know how the imps got a hold of weapons.
I will look for traces of Red Nose near that cave over there.
Shush! Shush! You need to lower the voice.
No matter how much I like honey, I like you better. That is, if others are like one jar of honey, you're like 3 jars to me.
Really? How did you know I liked this? Our boss! You want one rainy day. He was wiping away his tears in seclusion after being roughed up for his shiny schnoz when he was discovered by a man wrapped in black robes. He opened his hand to Red Nose prayed before this man clad in black. I wish for the... Hearing Red Nose's words seething with hatred, the man gave him the black stone in return for a promise. The man told Red Nose to remember that mark, saying that he will have to fight alongside him one day.
So black stones are the source. That makes sense. All things accounted for. Now, let's review the information we've gathered up until it grows to gigantic proportions when enraged. How might we prod him into such a state? Your tactic is to mistake him. Grows to gigantic proportions. Well, I've yet to meet a blue. Grows to gigantic Right! I'd almost forgotten the magical good. Using the information you gathered from the Western Ghat, you can see here traces of Red Nose's hopping mad rampage. I was racking my brain over how to hunt down Red Nose, but black stones... Take this potion. You'll be able to follow the energy signature of Blackstone. What? You think I'm trying to poison you? Oh, can you see it? Those are his tracks. Follow them. Hold on. Don't... I dare say, did you just lick... It's Red Nose's hideout. Why don't you take a step back? Fania's soldiers will be here soon. It's best to fight together.
If you would just hand over the black stone that was in Red Nose's possession.
To think, you not only tracked down Red Nose's hideout, but defeated him. How could someone with such prowess find themselves? How would you feel about putting your potential to better?
If you would just hand over the black stone that was in Red Nose's possession.
Apologies, Your Highness, but I couldn't find it. He likely took it with him into the Dark Rift.
Ah, then it was all for naught. No, not quite. It was your first task, and your performance was commendable.
Yes, my lady. They have met every measure of your recommendation.
Is that so? Well then, rookie, you may approach. I shall reward... Tiny Nose's information was instrumental to defeating Red Nose, but he is also directly to blame for drawing out this feud. A prisoner of war should be kept chained, but it would, seeing as how you unearthed his whole operation, I'll entrust you to decide Tiny Nose's fate.
I've got loads of connections. I'm also a great worker. I'll work hard.
We've lost track of Red Nose, but we must keep seeking the stone. There's a coastal village nearby, Velia. Go to Aluston, a wise man.
I sent word to the Velia vigilantes. Tiny Nose will be entrusted to one of their work supervisors. Well done.
I'm Hans, a Velia vigilante. Aren't you the one being credited with defeating Your praises are being sung anyway. The sage Alustin is waiting for you. We sincerely... Anyway, the sage Alustin is waiting.
This says that Red Nose has been defeated.
If that's the case, why the hell's this village still in this state? I heard they're still drafting soldiers. How about you? It's all because of those damn goblins.
My love, what would I tell Helen? To think I'd be widowed at my age.
I prayed this year would be free from that curse, and yet here we are in another drought.
Aye, and the chief's granddaughter's coming of age this year.
Oh no, whatever shall we do?
What's the meaning of all this?
The trade wagon that left yesterday has been raided. Again.
Hardell is considering severing ties with us.
Goblins again? How many guards do we need to stop them? The entire guild will starve at this rate.
Oh, wise one, this village is filled with bad spirits.
Shouldn't we do something with the chief's granddaughter first?
In times like these, we need to stay vigilant from within as well. And to do so... Welcome, adventurer. You seem to bear a dark energy, eons old. Some see these wrinkles as a sign of wisdom. Uno and Cliff have told me all to cause such notice to have such an item in his possession. We should undertake our investigation. I would like you to assist my other daughter in investigating this matter.
How did you find me? Sleepless night in Velia, perhaps?
Hiya, Papa. You've brought someone along? Friends of my father get better deals. They're basically just watered-down versions of Florence's potions anyway.
Eileen, save your sales pitch.
What? Another one? But I just finished the last one. Can't
Well, if you don't want this opportunity to meet a black spirit host in the flesh...
What? No way. Look at those dreamy eyes.
Eileen, manners.
Oops. Did I say that out loud? I'll just go...
Come now, child. No need for dramatics.
Me? Specifically? Sure you didn't just confuse me for... Gosh, okay. Let's see. How long have you been exposed? Tell me.
Eileen!
Got it, Papa.
I've received a summons from the Grand Chamberlain Jordine. There are urgent matters at Alejandro Farm to which I must attend. I'll be expecting fair tidings upon my return.
Right. Clarence will be off to college soon, setting the academic world on fire, while I do my best to find a man who... Why was I talking about fire? Oh, right. Gathered so many so quickly? So, as soon as we smite one wicked task, Papa said you needed help. See that bell tower over there? Why don't you, go on ahead. I need to touch up my face. Face. For...
These true cats like water, even dew. May he stay only in the kitchens of the Western Camp.
Bless us with a son.
My faithful congregation who've gathered here today. You've likely not ever set foot in the desert, nor heard tale of the Black Desert and the salvation of There was a time when black stones were thought to be blessed with Elion's might. Sown like so many seeds beneath the sands that span from Calphion to Valencia. These two nations then declared war over these black stones, who watered the great desert with blood until the sand itself could hold no more. From that day it was known by two names. For the countless black stones, Calphionians know the great desert as the Black Desert, but for the countless lives lost, Valencians call it Red. Not so long after, Elion felt pity for us fallen humans, and granted us the sight to see the black stones for what they truly were. Now that Elion has lifted the veil from our eyes, let us cast off the avarice and offer up our worldly possessions to him.
There you are. Shall we sit together?
Elion felt pity for us fallen humans. Now that Elion has lifted the veil from our eyes.
Shirking your alchemical studies again. I see. No. Hello, I'm Florence, Eileen's twin sister. Father filled me in. I only came here to confirm my suspicions. Now listen here. The Black Spirit is biding its time, waiting until you're spent and exhausted. And when you show the slightest sign of weakness, my advice, go get some rest. As for my sister, don't dawdle here listlessly. Go find Chief Igor Bartali.
There you are. Shall we sit together?
Elion felt...
Good scolding when you
I don't have any time for this. Less time for stammering.
Ah, so you're the one Alustin spoke of. I am Igor Bartali, chief of this village. Welcome to Velia. There was a time when I too dreamt of becoming... But first, I must attend to a small matter requested of me by the great... It's right over there. My wife, Islin, will treat you to some refreshments. Go on ahead. I'll be right behind you.
Welcome to the Lunar Halo Inn, traveller. You can call me Islin. My husband said you'd be dropping by. Rowdy drunkards think getting pot-shotting is an excuse for breaking... This is the chef of our inn, David. Talented, aye. But patrons love him because he pays little. Those two over there act like brothers once a little ale's in him. In the cold light of sobriety, they find themselves again. That one over there just keeps to himself, smoking his pipe all day long. Oh, look at the old man, the wind blew in. Well, what'll you have? Have a seat and we'll get your order in right away. Oh, look at the old man, the wind blew in. Well, what'll you have? Have a seat and we'll get your order in right away. Toscane special. Good, good. Take a seat over there. My husband's probably dying to see you.
Where's the joy for the soldiers in Western camp without a tavern, Queek?
What you really need to be wearing is the red nose of the altar of Agus.
Finally. First, who helped the most in tracking Red Nose down? Really? But however did Red Nose become leader of the Black Stone given unto Red Nose? If only I was younger, I'd need just to wave my finger. Ah, well. Your grand journey is still underway. And aren't...
Well now, what's this? You two together...
Oh!
Me, and yet...
I'm telling you.
This is your first time hearing it, right? 10 years passed. In the distant desert, a sudden and strange phenomenon occurred. It was the ruins of Histria, once existing only in ancient...
He's been on about this story for a decade now. My ears can't take it any longer. Be
Nostalgia serves as...
Never thought I'd see the day when Igor the Adventurer was properly domesticated. The things...
I may not look it now, but I was indeed quite the
Look at the stone spider flaunting his carapace to the stone band on my... I promise you, before...
This stuff is great.
Careful. Do you know how much this beer cost me?
I couldn't believe it. She told me to shave my beard. Do you know how many years I spent whacking those scarecrows?
Oh, Tronin, you're here as well.
Of course. I have to lay down the hammer sometimes.
Yes, indeed. It's been some time. Care to hear of my travels to Valencia?
Oh, good. Adventurer, you're awake. This is the home of Trannon Underfoe, the blacksmith. He said you had a pretty rowdy night at the tavern, so you should go thank him for taking care of you. And let's be off. We're going to overcome the Black Spirit together. I have a close friend who is going through a Her name is Emma. Emma Bartali. Yes, the chief's granddaughter. Ever since she was little, Emma would often have nightmares, but it's grown worse. We're going to pay her a visit. Though, please understand, for any... poor Emma. Nightmares of... See, she's a descendant of that house. And they sacrificed the lives of that family. They treat the curse like it's nothing. No wonder she shuns people. I'm counting on you to get close to her heart. Here, 150 years have passed since the fall of the kingdom. Grave robbers have once again stolen Noir Bartelli III's treasure, a piece of heaven. The chief may seem like he just enjoys drinking with adventurers all the time, but he really cares about the town. He gave me a place to set up my own... The Bartelli family. Go ahead and take the path near the church. I'll check in on our dear...
I'm Tron and Underful, a blacksmith with patience. No need to thank me. I can... From now on, trust your gear to me, a master craftsman. And, by the way, where are you off to with Eileen? From now on, trust your gear to me. Tell you? Us, you heard? On your way there, give...
Oh, Eileen. You've come with a new friend today.
I know that I may not be the brightest compared to my sister, but I'm not that foolish.
It's merely that everyone trusts Clarence's shrewd Richie. Anyway, Richie is
Well, this isn't as scary as I thought it would be. Anything good here? Huh? Oh, over there! Ah! A ghost!
A human?
What? A talking ghost? Adventurer, exorcise it!
Don't you know who I am? The notorious grave robber, Afuaru's cousin.
Oh, that was scary. I thought that Houtman had the easiest job in town. Adventurer, what's this? A key! The Bartali crest is engraved. I'll ask Richie. Come on, let's go find... Oh, thank goodness. Were you tracked?
No. This is just me salvaging the...
What's all this commotion about?
Old man? Did you know that Richie was trapped in here all along?
What? Another grave robber showed their ugly mug? I can't be everywhere all at once. An ossuary, if it were your...
Well, you're not... That's Eileen for you. Makes you wonder if she truly is the great Alustin's daughter. Sorry we didn't get much out of this, adventurer. I wanted to lift Emma's spirits for a change.
Oh my. The grave robber could have hurt you, Eileen. Don't you ever do that again, even if...
But I still haven't found clues to the nightmares that haunt you.
No. I'm so thankful that you tried. Hello. My name is Emma, daughter of Justin Bartali. You must be a guest of my grandfather.
Hold on, Miss Emma. I'm sorry, but...
The script is kind of old, but I think I can read it.
Ah, my poor, lonely Hannah. My dear niece. Love, a spring's courtship blossomed into summer romance. With you the world came crashing down. It is another trace of sin left behind. Well, I just... In Crown Castle, ruined by sins of past, lay tiny souls hidden, tears amassed. I reach out to comfort those unnamed, but some strange force keeps me restrained. Then, black as smoke soon overtakes me. I flee and flee. Can no one save me? The crimson gaze. I can't escape thee. My piercing screams what finally wakes me. And now, there's someone in my dreams who pushes me into Kron Castle. A man wearing a sheepskin.
If texts I've read are to be trusted, the Black Spirit has begun to...
Eileen, if we take action, it'll put my grandfather in a difficult position. Goblins that were driven away from the plains of Agris by the imps are now becoming more and more aggressive toward traders. And those goblins, all this havoc may account for the Grand Chamberlain's...
You are most dear to the Chief, Emma. And to me too, because...
Thanks, Eileen, you're right. We've got Grusha as a loyal protector of House Bartali. He's been keeping watch over the goblins' forest.
Kron Castle, you say? Best steer clear of there for now. We're poised to even think of going to such places with Lady Emma in your care.
Then Grusha, let me at least meet the Goblin Chief. I've heard you boasting about how you became drinking buddies.
Eileen, the chief you knew doesn't exist anymore.
Our race has been reborn entirely.
The old chief who used to dance the in front of the bonfire,
A young, giant and mighty chief has taken his place and now leads us goblins to the great battle.
What are you ladies doing here in the perilous Goblin's Forest? I myself have come here to inform the scout Grusha about something. Head of the Goblin Infiltration Task Force, Grusha Nor. According to foreign agreement, I'm sure you're well aware that the goblins turning vicious and aggressive, the Chief and Grand Chamberlain have already come to an agreement.
You? That's because the imps attacked our goblin base!
You're still acting as the goblins' mouthpiece, eh?
Yes, I mean,
Another chance? Does Velia come first or do goblins? You're relieved of your pope.
I spent a day finding out what the goblins are up to.
You're the well, this is an unexpected boost in power. I mean, everyone in Balanos is talking about how you took down Red Nose. You might find some use for him.
Takros used to be an outsider himself. Velia welcomed him in warmly. But why did...
From now on, I'll think of you as just another goblin, if you'd like that decision to be.
Please. Please. Momo. Coco. Roro. You want me to look at the mural? Us goblins are a race that have called Balanos home for some time now. Just like the... Well, that was before that violent, red-nosed imp exiled us. He prayed for youth and the power to protect his race. The man didn't stay long, but imparted a black-coloured stone on... That stone might have been poison given to the aged chief to give up... This is a cave that honorary goblins like I cannot enter. Only pure-blooded Gaia goblins. I hope that the Gaia goblins defeat you. The king will likely be waiting at the end of this cave. But... A human, but our king still bears the name of... That must mean this stone grave actually contains... It doesn't...
I'm sorry. I know that... Look! Black energy erupted from the cave you exited. I've seen this symbol in one of my father's books.
What brings you ladies here to such a...
I thought I might find something useful, so we paid...
The goblins stole the book we, borrowed while we were looking...
My ladies. All goblin... I will take the ladies to Finto Farm.
I knew I could trust Roxas Antonio, the immortal...
It's him. The one who led me to that sin-laden castle. He must have appeared in my dream.
There must be a way, lady. Your grandfather would have me hanged if I'd let you pass.
I'd be more than happy to whip you up a meal, but nothing comes of farm work. I'd be more than happy to whip you up.
I'll be more than...
I'm not sure if we've got any...
That earthy aroma. That didn't...
Do you need potatoes for cooking?
Good, according to what I...
Oh, that reminds me of something Father taught me. I remember then she said... Oh, right! Sands of Time! Papa...
Color me surprised.
I think you're crossing the line, Eileen.
Well...
A goblin's horn should do that, I imagine. Can't understand why the bastards are so obsessed with these things, though.
Here! Over here! I have a black...
Singular mind, eh? You keep... That black stone is better.
Quiet! I can't think!
Thank you. You won't regret putting your faith in me. For sparing the lives of my friends. It's not that I can't understand where Takros is coming from. He's one of the Median deserters that was stationed at Kron Castle. When Gieth, our king, assaulted Kron Castle, many lives were lost. Though Takros may feel Chief Igor helped put that behind him when he settled in Velia.
Time to finally put my alchemical training to use. Is anyone else feeling faint? Now, fortunately, there are plenty, and I've... Next, we'd need a shimmering wildflower. The story goes that the shimmering...
Let's go hunt out...
Thank good...
What? Here!
You got here quickly, and just in time. Don't look at me like that. It actually... All right. Now, don't look at me like that. Oh, look at the color of the smoke. Take those. Yes, the sands of time.
It's the moment of truth.
Finally.
Sprinkle this on the... Takros probably should have already arrived in Velia by now.
It was you, Gieth. The one...
Emma, be careful, okay?
He appears to be saying something. Adventurer, I wish to speak with him.
I need the power and wisdom to protect my people. The Black Stones granted me the gift of this flesh. He spoke to me.
Who was he? Are you speaking of the man clad...
You seem to know a lot more than I thought. And yet, at the Spire, I encountered one who could not...
You too have been dreaming the same nightmares as I.
The thirst. By the time I return, I shall be caught in the abyss. If only someone would...
Gia! Wait!
I'm speechless. Did you end up losing that fiend?
Gieth is gone for good, so you can rest easy. Though,
And where'd you hear something like that?
It doesn't matter how we know. We know. You're resident of...
Understood, milady. I shall tell you of all that I know. None of this is new. The reason the Median deserters could stay in those ruins, well-fed, well-supplied, aid from an outside benefactor. Not a clue whom. They only dealt directly with our leader.
outside benefactor.
I'm not sure. In exchange for their constant support, they had only one we were also instructed to never open the entrance. Didn't stop a few fellows whose...
What happened to them?
We must head to Kron Castle. Adventurer, I believe this is the most opportune time with you by our side.
I see there's no changing your mind, milady. Though I'd ask if all with our current numbers, a full frontal assault would be Once inside, you'll find a man named Beetle. He too seems interested in getting out. Said I'll remain here and keep an eye out for Gieth if he ever returns. But...
Eh? Come again? Getting you in alone would be a feat in itself.
Hello there. I'm Eileen. This girl, right here? Her grandfather's the chief of the...
Oh, so she is. The stone-faced wench her... Let me start again. Name's Beetle. I would happily be... The reason we've been stationed here for so long was not sure which merchant guild they hail from, but if we say we're... I'm thinking our grizzled adventure here would be a dead giveaway.
Hold! Moving or shoot!
Huh?
Black or red?
What?
Black or red?
Silver?
Come on! What the hell kind of response is that?
Ah, don't mind her, she's new. Sounds like you guys are having a hard day, yeah?
Shit like this just makes it harder. Move along.
Let's go then.
Another inspection, eh? Do we really need 2 a day?
Well, it's like we say. Any merchant worth their spice always measures storage thrice.
Hold up! I recognize that ugly mug. Beetle! What are you doing showing your face here? Guards! Anyone?
That was close. Oh, anyway, what's brought you on this gaggle of...
We're here to examine the ruins of Kron Castle Spire, and yet, even though it is the first time I'm...
Nightmares? Does your ladyship have such horrid dreams too?
Huh? An expert? No, not yet.
Yes, we are. It wasn't as bad. The vengeful souls of this castle torment me in my dreams. Apparently, one of the kings of old poisoned the well. And
What? What do you
you mean you want to go there? Just look, it's practically What are you going to do?
That's given me an idea. Here, adventurer, take. You recognize it, don't you? Like Beetle said, but.
Huh? What?
What the hell?
Did some idiot touch the spire door again?
Have the vengeful souls returned?
The king's descendant has finally deigned to step foot here. The sinful legacy. We cried out incessantly, for how could we remain silent? Yet to have our cries reach only. For why did we cry? Our children held captive is why. Do you yet wonder why we still cling to this realm? Would a mother...
That knight was formerly the guard captain of Noir III. It is said a loyalty so boundless that he, with the aid of alchemy, this sacrifice robbed him of his flesh.
Somewhere in the castle is the scroll. I beseech thee, smite down the Phantom Knight and set our children free. I wish...
What are you You need to know how to find a scroll belonging to the ancient alchemy. I believe there was a... No need to worry, though. Huh? Why am I not fighting alongside you? Let's have a look here. Hey, careful! It's a long way down, it looks like. What? This... What? No, no. It was only thanks to your heroic distraction. Oh, brilliant! From what I can make of it. Oh. 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 Oh, to think that I had my doubts about the success of this
The Phantom Knight is a solitary force serving only the ruins of that spire you're attempting. He swayed the king with promises of immortality, bringing the evil god Hadum into this world. It is fortunate that the ritual ended in failure. The souls trapped within are bound here, waiting for what? My name is Croxus of Whale, proud knight of Kron. I dared speak. The reason Gear froze at the sight of the Phantom Knight is because my flesh was imprisoned. I too have waited a long time. I too...
Why did you stop so abruptly?
returned, adventurer.
Do you know how many years I've stood...
Wow, that's...
After all I've done, you're not thinking of leaving me, but we're all suffering, all for the sake of protecting... A man's life is precious to him, innit? I felt I'd earned... Happy now? Let's get... We can relax a bit now.
Huh? What is that chest you've been lugging around? This can summon forth the Phantom Knight, you said? Doom Fuhura Kaheliak? This can't be... The words on the scroll mean nothing if the king isn't the one to speak them. His kingdom in ruin. And
The dreams I've dreamt thus far can't be mere coincidence. The blood that flows in my veins...
hold on. You're not some legendary adventurer like your grandpa or...
Coincidence and fate are two sides of the same coin. Eileen, stand at the altar and read aloud the scrolls, and as for your role, adventurer...
Father, do you think I can do this? Thyself, pledging sword to something greater. O knight who's pledged unyielding devotion to pride.
I, Abartali, summon thee by thine oath. Hatum Fuhura Kaheliak. The door to the spire has finally opened.
And look there! My word! A relic of Khafra's life.
No time to me.
Understood.
This is the place. Just like in Emma's dreams. This is amazing.
Because of my ancestor, King Noir III, and his collusion with the immortal alchemist Khafras, the poor souls that befell their wicked plot called out to me.
Now has finally come the time to bring peace to their endless suffering. Go on. beautiful.
I'm sorry. I pray you find peace.
What is this light?
Could it be the stories left? This light must be a gift.
And suddenly, an impressive display of fireworks. Then someone came along and went pow right in his big red nose.
Papa, don't forget my present.
Of course not. Listen to your mother now, you hear? I shall return with a High-Dale cocktail dress for my little princess.
Finally, some room to breathe. Onwards to High-Dale.
If I can get Yar, I've still got a chance.
About as much chance as catching Red-Nose locking lips with Kiev.
Well, they do say no news is good news. But still...
What? Darling! Why, hello there, adventurer. I'm kidding. I was just about to click. It's been a while since Emma returned to Velia. I wonder... Emma always enjoyed...
Fresh from the water, isn't it?
It's Emma! What did I tell you? Hey, Emma! What are you doing here?
Nothing. Adventurer, thanks again. Because of you, I was able to wash away some of my ancestral sins.
So here you are. Our house has waited a long time for this moment. For the breaker of chains who freed those souls. I misjudged you as little more than a greenhorn playing an adventurer.
And I thought I'd found the perfect partner in tomfoolery.
I never would have guessed you to be the one to save our village.
I'm sorry, Igor. This doesn't seem fishy to you. That man who gave the black stones to Red-Nose and Kiev.
Aw, come on, Doc. I mean, the foul mood has finally been chased from Velia. And besides, this poor adventurer must be starving by now. Right, Emma?
Mm-hmm. Adventurer, if it's all right with you, it would be our honor to treat you to a simple meal.
But, not quite yet. Chief, could you entertain the adventure?
Eileen and I will run ahead to prepare. Take your time, but don't...
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen my dear Emma smile like that. While the girls are preparing the meal, would you mind paying Lorenzo Murray The villagers have prepared a small token. Ah. Oh, what?
You seem like that.
Vanquishing Red-Nose, Geath, and now some Phantom Knight. Her ladyship, Lady Jarette Dolmangart of Serendia, has made the long journey.
Back then, when you said you were Eden's stooge, that was a lie, am I right? Someone of your... Anyway, thanks to your efforts, the goblin threat has been greatly diminished and trade between Serendia and Velia has been reopened. You've also caught the eye of Grand Chamberlain Jordine Ducat. Come now. Let's pack your things and prepare for the journey to Hyde.
Yes, my lady, we shall depart immediately. Now, don't forget, if you dally too long, you would be losing...
I thought someone was in big trouble. There's a lunchbox the lady... Anywho, at the end, see you again.
Oh, adventurer, you've arrived. You must be starving.
It's not much, but we've prepared what we have as best we could.
Well, look who it is. The personal guest of Grand Chamberlain Jordine himself.
Oh my! Are you leaving for Hydel? My goodness. I hear all the men there are gorgeous. I'm so jealous.
I guess Velia pales in comparison.
Well, Velia is homely enough for me.
Homely?
Whew! Oh, I'm stuffed. Your cooking is the best, Emma. Well,
I hope the food was to your liking, adventurer. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I'm not sure. Maybe when you return from Hydel, I could...
Hydelians always. And remember, when you're in Velia, you shop at Eileen's. If I catch you around Clarence's store, well, I'd be absolutely heartbroken.
Deliver this directly to Lady Emma. She need know the truth of her grandfather. Despite his aloof demeanor, There's none in all the land who cares for her quite like he does. Infiltrating the forest in that preposterous goblin get-up. All at the command of the chief, for her sake. He sought any means that might rid her of her nightmares, at any cost. Well, look who it is! Who thought I'd see you again? It is I, Grusha, the Goblin. Ridiculously good looking, ain't I? Well, take a good look now, because I'm leaving Velia. There's no longer any goblin threat, thanks to you. Though that hasn't put a stop to her ladyship's nightmares. It truly does pain me to see her suffer so. And so I've made up my mind. Like you, I too shall head out into the world to broaden my horizons, leaving a feeble scout, and someday returning a knight to watch over her ladyship. I have you to thank for this as well. I hope we meet again. Until then, may hope light your way through the toughest of times.
Halt! There will be an inspection. Just playing with you. It's a joke.